Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing a video that I actually never was planning to film, but I have gotten this request so many times that I have decided to give in and do it. I'm going to show you my collection of designer bags. Small disclaimer, by no means is this a hey look at me and my bags video. My whole channel is a hey look at my bag kind of channel, but I really am trying to curate my collection in a way where everything is really useful. Some of these bags might with time be given to a new home, and sometimes there might be a new addition to the collection. So this will by no means be the end of all, so I'm going to share it with you guys. So I hope you enjoy this, but let's just get started. Okay, so number one is this bag just makes me so happy. I feel like every person that started also in the time that I started probably started with this bag. The Speedy 30 in the Damier Ebene. This is the classic Speedy with no bandoulière. When I purchased this, they didn't have the bandoulière style, so it's quite old. I didn't purchase this, by the way. Let's have a little backstory. I was very lucky. This was a gift, and I want to be fully honest when I discuss my bags. My godparents got me this bag when I got to go to college. So when I graduated high school, so I was 17. So I was very lucky. By no means is this ordinary or anything. I totally understand that I'm very fortunate. I adored this bag. I still love this bag. I know the Speedy is not really cool anymore, but I just love this bag. It still looks brand new. I have a insert in it, so that's why it's also a little bit more structured. The only thing that this bag has is on the canvas here, it has a little stain. I don't know what that is. It's been on there forever since I got this bag, but honestly, this bag has so much meaning to me that I wouldn't replace it or bring it for repair. This one was made in the USA. This is actually my only bag that's made in the USA. If I were to restart my luxury adventure from the beginning and I would go for a Speedy, I still would buy a Speedy. I probably would get it with the bandoulière because it's just more handy, but I do think a Speedy is always a good investment. It will always come back in style. I don't know if you were in that phase too, but this bag was super popular at one point. I think I got this when I was 19. It was a lot better price than it is right now. And as you can see, it still looks pretty good. The inside does not look good. I'm not gonna lie. It got really dirty because I spilled makeup in there once, but the outside looks great. If you are looking for a bag where you can throw everything in, this is great. This is great as a mom bag if you have kids. It is a print that you have to be careful with. You have to make sure to always have something in it because otherwise it just looks like this. You have to be careful with jeans because it can have color transfer. There's just a lot more to think of when it comes to this bag, so that's also why I don't really grab it that much. But it's a classic. A Never Full is always handy. And if you're looking to curate your designer items, if you're going for canvas, I would personally go for the monogram just because the strap of that one, when it gets older, it just gets smooth and soft, whereas the Damier Ebene, because it's coated leather, it's going to crack, or it can crack. It's not going to crack, it can crack. I have to think, honestly, I had the two bags for such a long time, and then all of a sudden I started speeding up in the amount of bags that I accumulated. I was 19 when I got the Never Full, and the next bag I got was when I was 22 when I got my next bag. So it was 3 years since I got the Never Full. So my next bag was one of my favorite bags to this day. Louis Vuitton Pochette Métis. Mind you, most of my bags are Louis Vuitton. I love this bag. I have discussed this bag recently in one of my videos. I will have it linked. This is such a classic bag, and I'm very happy I got it in the emprunt because I, for a year, was looking at the monogram in canvas, and I kept thinking, I need the canvas because I had a Damier Ebene and a Damier Azur. It made sense to me to get a monogram. At one point, there was a surge in everyone having this Pochette Métis in the monogram print, and at one point I just saw it so many times that I got sick of looking at the bag, but I still really wanted the style because I thought this was just amazing how handy it is and how much you could put in it. So I came to the conclusion for, okay, let's invest in leather. And it was the best decision I've ever made. I really am happy that I went with leather. If I could go back, I would do exactly the same. This just looks classic. I mean, if I wear this to work, I don't feel like it's too much in your face Louis Vuitton, so I really love this. In 2019, spring 2019, I decided that I wanted a smaller bag. That is when I purchased the Pochette Accessoire. And this was then in the monogram print, so I finally had completed my collection. This is one of the best purchases I've made. I've mentioned this so many times on this channel. It's just super handy. It was perfect for the summer of 2019. I went to France and I went to Turkey, and it was just great to have this at all times because it's just easy to pack. You can kind of flatten it. It's canvas, so it's stress-free. If I would start over, I would still purchase this in a heartbeat if I could find it. Then the winter of 2019, actually in September, it was my birthday and I graduated and got my master's degree, so it was one big party, and I was very, very blessed to pick out a bag. It was a gift from my parents, and I'm very blessed. Again, by no means do I think this is normal. That's also a reason why I take such good care of my things. Anyway, so the bag that I got at that moment was a small leather good, but it was the first bag that I got that was not Louis Vuitton, which is the Dior Saddle Clutch. Now, officially this is not a bag. According to their website, it's a small leather good. It's quite big for a wallet on chain, and you can fit a lot in it. And I just love this bag. This really meant a lot to me, and I really love the bag, and I got it in this aubergine shade, and I love the color. I love the hardware. Now, is this a bag that I necessarily would say get this if you are trying to establish like a little collection? Probably not. This is just something that's very special to me because it's Dior. It had a D from Dilara. I can imagine that you would probably go for a different bag before you would go for this, but I do love it, so I would recommend, especially if you're in the market for a saddle. I think the saddle bag is too expensive. This is a great option instead of getting the actual saddle bag. Just for the price and the amount of stuff you can fit in it, I would go for this. We hit the beginning of 2020, right before everything changed. It was right before I went to the US and to Paris, and Paris was pretty much my last trip before the lockdown. The Alma BB in Epi Leather, I was very happy with it. I got it, like I said, the beginning of 2020, so it's been a little bit over a year now, and I use it a lot. I love the silver hardware. It was actually the first bag that I ever owned with silver hardware. Price-wise, you know, it's a great investment. I really believe Louis Vuitton is a great investment. If you're going to buy a bag that you want to maybe eventually sell, you'll get your money's worth out of it. Now, I would not sell this bag. I think this is a classic. When I'm 50, 60, I can still wear this, so I will never sell this, but it's something to think of. After the first lockdown that started in March, and it never ended, but it went a little bit less strict in June, I had saved up a good, decent amount of money that I usually would never have saved up because I was home all the time. So I decided to splurge on a bag as a, hooray, we're out of lockdown bag. I kind of celebrated that a little early because, you know, we're still in a lockdown. In June, I purchased the Bum Bag. I said I wasn't gonna buy another Louis Vuitton bag. I did, whoops. But I really like this bag. This is a super handy bag. Because I have so many fashion videos, I either sell or donate a lot of clothes, so I have a lot of errands I run in the weekend. So I love this bag for that. This is my errand bag. If I go grocery shopping, I also wear this. Especially now where you have to sanitize your hands every second. A hands-free bag like this is great. I, at first, was really hesitant to buy this bag because I thought I was way too girly for this, but it ended up actually working perfectly. I wear it a lot, also like just on the arm, and I really like how it looks on me. Then last but not least is the bag that I got at the end of 2020 / beginning of 2021. I have mentioned it so many times. It is the Prada 2000 re-edition in black. I've done so many videos on this, so I'm not going to go into why I like this. I just really like it. It's really handy. If I were to curate my collection now and start over, I would definitely add a Prada nylon bag to my collection just because of the price. It is relatively more affordable than other designer bags. It's a lot more carefree, and it's something that'll keep coming in style, so it's something that will last. It's not an investment. If you're looking for investment purposes, go for Louis Vuitton or for a Chanel. I am not at the point where I can give money to Chanel. It's just a little bit too expensive for me. Prada would not be an investment, but it's pretty. So those were all the bags that I own at this moment. There will be some changes. Some will probably eventually leave. Some will join the party. We will see how that all goes. If you enjoy these kind of videos, let me know. I could perhaps do another one next year. I don't know if much will change. If you enjoyed this video, I would also love it if you would give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And until my next video, I hope you have a lovely day, morning, evening, afternoon, midnight, whatever you're having. I hope it's wonderful, and see you in my next video.